Stop being lazy on a day-to-day basis. Stop waking up with the wrong attitude. Lazy doesn't qualify. It doesn't give you the things that you really truly need in your life. It won't push you. It won't make you better. It'll just bring you down and make you weak. Why would you want to be lazy? It's all business, nothing personal. If you want it, go get it. Procrastination will assassinate your motivation. And without motivation, how can you reach your destination? I'm not a lazy person. I want to be stronger. I want to be the best of myself every day of my life. Are you that person that says, you don't like to get up in the morning? You know, you hear that a lot these days. I'm not a person that likes to get up in the morning. I'm not a morning person. I say this often. When that sun is on my face and not on my grave, it's a blessing. I don't need to be lazy. I need to be determined. I need to put in work. I got a job to do. I got responsibilities. And one thing you must understand when it comes to success, it's not waiting on you. It's not thinking about you. Yeah, there's going to be some obstacles when it comes to success. But you got to continue down the path, moving forward. It's not going to be something that's going to happen overnight. But even when you're tired, find a way to be strong. When you feel like you can't carry on, find a way to carry on. You're human. We're all human. And we have those days. But it's a blessed day. It's a good day. But it's not a day to be lazy. Put your lazy aside. Don't wait for someone to hand you something. Don't put it aside and say, well, I'll do it tomorrow. Well, I'm not going to do it right now. Tomorrow, I can take care of it tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow is good. I can do it tomorrow. No, you can do it now. Not tomorrow. Leave tomorrow alone. And stop letting lazy dictate your life. I don't agree with lazy. I preach it every day. If you want something out of life, you got to go after it. If you truly believe in yourself, then continue to believe in yourself. Have more faith in yourself and put lazy aside. If it's not going to get you where you want in life. See, the thing about that thing once, we always talk about, you hear it every single day. If you want something, you got to do this. If you want something, you got to do that. We can want all we want to. But how much are you willing to give of yourself to get what you ultimately need? Lazy is not going to come. Lazy is not going to get you to that next level. Lazy is not going to get you that promotion on your job. Lazy is not going to help you to run a company. Lazy is not going to give you the opportunity to be a CEO. That's not how it works. Your best players are champions right now. Your best players are the ones that's making it right now. And the ones that are lazy, they're not going to get anything from it. So I need you to stay determined. I need you to stay true.
During our 50th anniversary celebration, we're giving you special savings. We're celebrating the incredible values on everything for your home. It's the perfect time to update your home and save. R.C. Willey.
Oh, hey there. Get in here. Hey, get in here.
I need you to stay driven, and I need you to give it 110% of everything you've got. Be strong, be powerful, and from the bottom of my heart, conduct your business. This is what you trained for. hours and hours and hours of pain. Hours and hours and hours of sweat. Hours and hours and hours of working hard. Understand that this is work. It is not a game. It is an opportunity. And only the ones that want it will be the ones that will succeed. It is going to hurt you, but it will push you. This is the opportunity of a lifetime. But each day that you compete, there are certain circumstances that you must understand and face. Each competition represents something unique. Each competition represents something that is powerful. It is going to put you in a position where you want to break down and quit. But we all know that quitting is not an option. You don't have a lot of time left, so there's no reason to complain. And you have to understand that there has to be something even greater and more challenging waiting for you. And if you're not willing to step outside of your comfort zone, then everything that you are hungry for will soon come to an end. You have to electrify the desires that you once had. So when the time comes, you can kick down that door and move towards the possibility of being the best of who you really are. It takes pure grit, tenacity, passion, and pure focus. Don't sleep on your greatness. Remember the time when you wanted more. Remember the time when there were people in your life that did not believe in you. Remember the time when you honestly gave up on the possibility of the uniqueness that you have inside. Remember there was a time that you complained so much, but yet did so little. There's a little bit more that has to be done than just complaining about it. You have to realize that you don't have any other opportunity waiting for you if you're not willing to work for the first opportunity that's been given to you. Do you give up now? Do you start doubting yourself? What are you afraid of? Are you afraid of the man or the woman next to you? Do you feel that they worked harder than you? Do you feel they deserve what you have worked so hard for within yourself? Make no mistake. Don't sleep on those that want to take away what's yours. Just understand this. Doubt, fear, and those that are trying to pull you down won't get you across that finish line. When you are running your race, then be committed to your race. Do not be committed to excuses. Do not be committed to fear. Be committed to crossing that finish line. Be committed to being a champion. Be committed to being a warrior. Be committed to keeping your eyes focused on the prize. This is what you work for. You got to stay focused. You got to trust yourself. You got to believe in yourself. Why are you here? Take a good look at what you see in front of you. Ask yourself, is it making you better? Is it taking you higher? Are you going further? When you start to feel tired, you got to keep running that mile. When you run that mile, run another mile. Get it to that second and third gear. When you feel that your grip is getting weak, find something else to get that grip strong again. Don't quit on you. Don't quit on this opportunity. Don't quit on your success. Don't quit on being the best of yourself. Do not be fooled by other things that won't get you over that line, that won't push you over that wall, that won't give you the strength to climb that rope. Whatever it takes, give it everything you got. Don't look at the sky as being the limit. Put your footprints on the moon and do the impossible. But make the impossible possible for you. This time, this hour, this moment, it's yours. Go get it. But do not depend on your flesh. Depend on the soul of a true champion. For the soul is eternal, and the soul...
Discover customer service. This is Maya.
Oh, hi, Maya. You robots are sounding more human every day.
At Discover, everyone can talk.
And the soul never dies. You make the decision. You make this happen. You've given it all you got. But what you got just ain't enough. Get up and work a little bit harder. Drive a little bit further. Push a little bit harder. Let the world see something they have never seen before in you. Keep going. Keep fighting. Keep pushing. Keep breathing. This is the time, and this time is yours. Earn your keep. Earn your victory. And when you cross that finish line, look up to the heavens with your hands up high and take a deep breath because you made it. Keep pushing. Train hard each and every day of your life. Don't get comfortable. Don't get complacent. You keep working until it's over. You don't stop breathing. You don't stop living. You don't stop pushing. You don't stop grinding. You stay hungry. You got to be the one that never lets the sun catch you sleeping. You are that person. You are that greatness. You are that power. You are that uniqueness. Don't let that fire be extinguished. Let it burn. Let it burn bright. Keep it light. And from the bottom of my heart, conduct your business. How much time do you have left? How much time do you really think you have? What do you honestly anticipate happening in your life? Do you really know what that means? Do you understand the significance of what time means? Time does not wait for any man or any woman. Time has a particular mission, and it will be fulfilled. The greatest thing about time is that it never stops. It's always moving. It's true. Us as human beings, we are temporary. We only have so much time. But time continues to move on. Now, what do you do with your time? How much do you really care about it? And what are you willing to do to go to the next level in your life? Now, there are a lot of things that are going on right now at this time. There are people that are being born, and there are people that are leaving this world. But yet, time is still going on. There's now, there's yesterday, and there is tomorrow. You can't go back to the past. That's over with. You can't worry too much about tomorrow because it hasn't happened yet. But you do have right now. So what are you thinking about at this moment? What are you prepared to do right now in your life? What decisions are you making? anything right now. You know how many people right now in this world are saying right now at this moment, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it the next day. I'll do it in a few hours. You don't have a few seconds in your life. Every moment you have, every breath that you take right now is an opportunity to get it done and get it done now. There is no tomorrow. And yesterday is not yours because it's gone. So you can't worry about it. So all you have is this. All you have is this now. All you have is this moment. And all you have is the idea and understanding that you got to make a decision. Life is about choices. And you have a right to do that. You have a right to think about what your next move is going to be. It's all about making moves, making a difference, doing something that's going to do something uniquely in your life. Being able to apologize because you made a mistake. Being able to swallow your pride and have a little humility about yourself. Being able to spend time with your family. Being able to just say, I need to do something unique about me. I need to change something about me. I can't be the same person day in and day out. You can always stand by your principles. You can always have the right attitude. You can always keep the faith. You can always believe in something. But when it comes to time, you don't have much of it. So recognize the opportunities that belongs to you. Recognize that every moment that you're breathing in this world is a chance. It's a chance to be different. It's a chance to make a difference. It's a chance to let someone know that you love them. It's a chance to put your arms around somebody and say it's going to be okay. It's a chance for you to be beautiful. We're not just talking about the external. We're talking about the inside of you. We're talking about what makes you stand out. We're talking about time. And it is the most valuable asset that you have in your life. So don't waste it. Because once it's gone, it's not coming back. It's not coming back for you. Shoulda, coulda, woulda is not going to help you.
I have moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. But thanks to Skyrizi, I'm in the game with clearer skin. With Skyrizi, most people achieve 90% clearer skin, and many even achieve 100% clear skin at 3 months after just 2 doses.
Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to function may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, have a vaccine, or need to.
Nothing on my skin means everything. Ask your dermatologist about Skyrizi today. Learn how AbbVie can help you save.
Now, make a difference. Be productive. Fight for what you believe in. Keep looking up. Work hard. Figure it out. Think about what you want to do. And then make it happen. That's what it's about. So with time, make it count for something. Don't make it count for nothing. Because with or without you, time is going to move on. That's what you're going to do. Keep it moving. Be productive. Be powerful. And from the bottom of my heart, conduct your business. You're mad. You're frustrated. You want to quit. You're mad because you couldn't succeed at what it is that you're trying to get. That word again, try. There it is. I tried. I did what I could do. I did all I could. I tried. Why did you quit? Why do you want to quit? Because it didn't go the way you wanted it to go. That's what most people do. They quit because it doesn't go the way they want it to go. Do you understand that everything is not going to work out the way you want it to work out? But that doesn't mean you're supposed to quit. That doesn't mean that you're supposed to give up on it. Quit. That's very, very nice, isn't it? That's the best thing that you could ever do in your life is quit. That's what you want to do. Now I'm here to let you know right now. You are going to be at the back of the bus. You're going to be so far back, nobody's going to recognize you or see your true potential because you gave up. This is not the time to give up. If you're getting yourself kicked down, if you feel like you're getting whooped, then just accept the fact that that's what it's going to take for you to recognize that you're giving up, and you're giving up for the wrong reasons because it's not going the way you want it to go. This is not the way you have to be. Day in and day out, you got to keep on thriving, you got to keep on working. And if you get knocked down, so what? Rise up and get up. Don't quit. Every single day, every moment of your life, you're gonna go through something, some type of hell. Something is gonna put you in a position where you're frustrated, where you're angry, you're mad, because you were so good at one time. And then finally, something showed up and beat you down.
Make sure your mom drinks at least 1 or 2 of these every day.
Now
At
you
least
wanna
2 of these
quit.
every day, really. At
It's
least
too
1
hard.
every day.
I want to quit. I don't understand it. I want to quit. Yeah, that's easy.
Milligrams of protein.
Anybody can do that.
Between 40, 56,
You want a
and 80.
reward, don't you?
80 between these two.
You want a biscuit meal because you quit.
Type 2 diabetes.
You
like
want to be
myself,
satisfied
which
with
is
quitting.
controllable now.
See, I'm not
My
here
A1C was
to
5.7.
give you no
Oh,
script
excuse me.
speeches. I'm not
Was
here
white-
to make
was
you feel good about
5.7, which is
yourself. I'm here to
considered
give you the
uncontrollable
rawness,
diabetes.
the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Before
And
weight
I'm here
loss
to let you
surgery,
know
I
if
already
you
got it down
quit,
to like
you
5.9.
mean less of yourself, and you're not
During
giving
weight
more
loss
of
surgery,
yourself.
I haven't checked it since, but I want to check it today. I haven't taken a full blood test today.
Time for you to recognize
I
the
test, I've been
truth.
tested for everything
about
known
you.
to man. I got all the
Don't
paperwork
quit.
to prove it. Dates,
Don't give up.
Quest Diagnostic, this, that.
Work for it.
I try to stay healthy as
Sometimes
much
it's
as
okay.
possible. Type
So
2
what's your
diabetes.
hurt?
I've been
Hurt
checked
some
for
more.
everything known
It's
to
okay.
man, from A to
I'm
Z
tired,
to cancer to
but I ain't
HIV,
dead.
everything.
I'm alive.
Every STD,
I'm
every
lit.
checkup. I ain't even been with nobody
I'm a living,
since 2017 anyway.
breathing
2018.
testimony.
My last girlfriend was BB.
What are
And,
you?
We, you know what I'm saying? We
Quit.
always practice safe, you know what I'm saying? But
What that's going
besides
to
all
do?
that, it doesn't matter.
Quit.
We were just like friends anyway. But
What is it going to do?
so I, you know, I
Nobody's going to remember you.
I don't get down
Nobody's
like
going to
that.
recognize
You know
you.
what I'm saying?
You want
I'm
so
always
much
into respecting
recognition.
others,
All they're going to
respecting
remember is
myself,
that you
and
gave
I
up
always
and
make
you
sure
quit.
that everybody does the right
Quitting is
thing.
not going to get
They
you where
wanna
you want
take
out of
the
life.
protection off.
Quitting is not going to give
Both
you the
gotta take a test.
satisfaction of what you
Both
need.
gotta stay
And I
with each
said it
other.
before and I said it
And then
again.
you can
It's
take
not
that adult
okay to
step.
give up.
I lost my father to
It's
AIDS.
not okay to
August
say you're
17,
limited.
2009, my best friend, my dad.
Go a bit
whole world
further and go
got
beyond
in
your
front of me
limits.
slowly. And
Find
ever since
something else
August
that's going to make
17,
you stronger.
2009,
That's going to
1042
make you
a.m.
better.
Sutter
That's going to
Solana
build you
in Vallejo,
up.
California.
Stop worrying
Everything's
about
been
what you
different.
can't control.
My whole family, my Aunt
You let
Kathy,
your
my Aunt
emotions
Vicky, even my dad's
take
mom.
control of your
now
life.
she's now passed away up in
And
heaven
yeah.
with my dad, my Gammy.
That's what quitting is going to do.
Met her about
Quitting
15,
is not
15
your
times in my
friend.
life. A long
Quitting
stretch,
doesn't love you.
right? But
Quitting
she
is
loved me,
exactly
my
what it
sisters,
is.
and she,
Quitting. You
my
gave
dad's
up
mother is now resting
instead of
with
showing
him
up.
and now alive and well in
So,
the kingdom
ladies
of
and
heaven in front of
gentlemen,
the presence of God,
on this
along with
day,
my dad's sister, which is
recognize
my Gammy's daughter,
that if you're
my
living,
Aunt
if
Sharon,
you're
who I met
breathing, then
only
you
once.
got work to do.
But she
And if
passed
you
away
fall
from
down,
cancer.
get back up. If you quit, you're
Exactly
done.
1 year
'Cause you can't
from my
go
dad
back.
passing away. I just met her one time, but she's
And you
mine too, and I
definitely
love her.
shouldn't be
She's my
trying to
blood.
start over.
You know,
Start
my
up
dad's
with the
sister,
right
she passed away from
mindset
cancer
and get
a
it
year
done.
later, August 11th or something like that.
Don't you
August
quit.
10th, a year after my
You
dad
fight.
died.
You push. You work.
I remember
And
her
from the
coming to
bottom
my
of my
dad's
heart,
house, my Aunt Vicky's house, my Uncle Rogers in
your
Vallejo,
business.
when they lived at 118 Ron Court in Vallejo, California. All my best memories talking to my dad besides Eagle Way, 2072 Eagle Way, where I grew up in the house with my my mom and my sisters are 2924 Candleberry Way in Fairfield, California. A long time ago with my grandparents, Roy and Mildred Perry, my mom's mom and dad. 2924 Candleberry Way. There's 11 houses from Jacob Duran, my former kickboxing coach, now UFC and boxing cutman. His son, Jacob Duran Jr. came by here about 2 summers ago to wish me luck on my comeback. We trained with his father, Jacob Duran Sr. Jacob Duran Jr. is my childhood friend. His dad is Jacob Duran. We both trained with his father in kickboxing. Many years ago, he had a kickboxing gym off Air Base Parkway called ASK Kickboxing. So they and Jacob Duran used to go visit his dad many years ago. They lived 11 houses down from my grandparents, Roy and Mildred Perry, my grandfather, who fought honorably in World War II.
Get your space
stationed in
back
France.
with garage cleanout starting at just $197.
Stormed the beach of Normandy, man. And so
That's
my
essentially
grandfather
living
served
life
honorably in World War
as a
II. My
jellyfish
grandmother,
floating along.
Mildred Olita Perry, my grandma and grandfather, my mom's mom and dad,
And while the lack
raised
of
me, my
required
sisters,
output,
who I feel
innovation,
the only
and
ones who had the right
planning
to
may
call
have
grandma
felt like a
and grandpa,
win in
my
the
mom's
moment,
mom and dad.
or
They're
a
from
burden
Iowa. My
lifted
mom
off
is
my
from
shoulders
Iowa.
at the time,
My mom was born in Iowa. Obviously, my grandparents were born in
deprived
Iowa.
me of that which resides
state
in the
of- great state of
soul
Iowa.
of every human being alive.
My father and my mother were raised in Daly City.
Personal agency.
my grandmother
So you
and
can only go
grandfather.
so far.
I just recently, last
So
year,
long
went by my
being
mom's
the
old house when she
spectator
grew up
of
as
your
a
own
kid,
journey.
where she lived with my grandma and grandpa
You
in
can only
Daly
go
City.
so long looking
And my
out the
dad stayed
window
around
before
the
you
corner down the street.
wonder
So I went by my Gammy's
just
house.
what
She had
it'd
already
be
passed
like
away,
to be
but I'd
behind
never
the
been there
wheel.
before, ever while she was alive. When she passed away,
when
my
we put our
dad's mom,
actions
my
up
Gammy,
against the
my
question,
dad's mother,
why?
Princess Victoria,
It astounds me
Davis,
how many things are
or
done because
Williams.
it's what we've always done.
My dad's mother passed away. My aunt
We act
Kathy,
like we're
Catherine,
expected to act,
uh,
think like we're expected
and,
to think, see who we're expected to see,
Catherine, my auntie had
but
went ahead
expected
and
by whom?
so my dad Perry, last name Perry.
Some of my greatest
my
breakthroughs in
grandfather,
life
Perry, my mom,
emerged after being asked
So,
why by people I look up to
He's just
or
amazing.
respect.
You know what I'm saying?
Why have you accepted
Amazing
that?
how
That's your income? Okay,
my mom's
great, but why?
my last name is Perry.
That's how you
My
spend your
grandparents
day?
were Mildred Perry.
I see.
My grandmother's Mildred.
How come?
Her maiden name is Goody.
And when one is tasked
from
with looking
Iowa.
at their own life
Very
through a
patriotic.
magnifying glass,
Never missed a
some hidden
birthday, never
truths
missed a Christmas.
always emerge.
Raised as Christians.
It shines a spotlight in the
living
corner of the
Christian
room,
life,
illuminating
never
those
missed
shadows
Christmas,
where one
birthdays,
can,
Thanksgivings,
if they look hard
been on
enough,
vacation every summer.
make out
Never
the
missed a
wolf in
vacation, never
sheep's
missed
clothing.
Disneyland every summer.
That is the
Been to
phrase,
Yosemite National Park like a
because
dozen
that's
times. I grew up
how
at
I've
Yosemite
always
National Park. I
done.
grew up at Disneyland. I grew up at
We get in
well,
life
didn't grow
what
up,
we
but I went
accept.
to Hawaii twice.
we
I
are
went to
what we
Mount
allow
Rushmore,
ourselves to
I've
be,
been to
and if we don't
Knoxbury
ask
Farm,
ourselves
I've
which
been to,
mountain is worth climbing, which
Oklahoma,
ocean
Idaho,
is worth
Medford,
crossing,
Oregon, where my grandfather passed away. Roy
we
Hawley
simply
Perry
float
Jr.
with the
My
tide.
grandfather, my mom's dad. So
We're
I
at the
live a
mercy
very,
of the
very
wind.
Christian and patriotic
We
life. I just
forfeit
kept
the
my
mastery
patriotism to
over
myself
our own lives
until
that
now,
await
because we're that close to
if we're
World War
willing
III.
to take
And
that
why not
wheel
represent your
and
flag?
navigate.
Why not carry the American flag high? Why? I'm from here.
So
I was
here are a
born
few
here. I'm
things
from this
to
country.
take
My
with you.
grandfather fought for this country in World War II. I love
First
this country.
is you
We
are
have a lot of
bound
problems
by
in this
nothing.
country, but we still live in the
The
greatest country
parameters
on
you
earth.
exist
So I'm very
between are of
patriotic.
your making.
I am a
You
Christian.
can
I
get
believe
in that
Jesus.
car and drive.
I'm not
You
perfect.
can walk away and begin
Grew up in
something
the
new.
Christian church, Church of Christ
You
in
can
Vallejo, California.
entertain that
Many
vision
years ago with my
that's been
grandparents.
conveniently
I went
tucked
back in
away in the
2001
back of your
after my
mind.
grandmother passed away in 2000, May 23rd, 2000.
Understand that
My
to
grandfather
not
passed
go
away
is fine,
exactly 5 years
but
from my
it's a
grandmother did.
decision.
May 24th,
And perhaps a
2005. My grandmother
decision
passed
you'll
away
wish
May
you made
23rd, 2000, and they both passed away in their sleep.
And
my
second,
grandmother came and told me. My grandmother,
difficult today
she came to get
liberates
my
you
grandfather.
tomorrow. It's
I
easier
woke up
to
and told my
observe.
crazy ex-wife now. You know,
It's easier to
that,
say how you wish things
my
were.
grandpa's gone. She said,
After
and I've
all,
talked about
stepping
this
out into
before,
the
but
fast-paced,
she's like,
chaotic
"Oh,
world
how do you know
is
your grandpa's gone?
It's
How do you know your
scary,
grandpa's
it's
gone?" I tell you, "How do you know
unpredictable,
my
but it's
grandpa's
where you
gone?" I said,
find
because
yourself
you don't understand.
and the
My
path
grandmother
that's
just came to me
calling
in my
your
dream
name.
and told me my
It's
grandpa passed away.
beyond the pins
To
and
make a long story
needles
short, and there's more to that story. To
emerging
make
as
a long
one
story
jumps
short,
into the cold
is, I
water,
woke up
that
7:30
they're
in the
able to
morning.
find that
My dad,
evolution.
didn't pass
If
away.
there's
obviously, yet.
time, then there's
It was
time
in
to turn
2005.
things around. If there is a tomorrow,
My
then
dad
there
called
is
me from my
hope
sister's house many years ago.
today.
He called me about May 24th, 2005, because I got a call in the morning because Janice Blackford, the trustee of my grandfather's estate.
What's the difference between
1989
simple
Roy
and easy?
Mildred Perry Trust.
Well, simple is straightforward.
The 1989 Roy and Mildred
uncomplicated.
Perry Trust. She was the trustee.
Easy,
Janice
on the other
Blackford
hand,
apparently
means
called my sister and my
achieved
dad.
without great
My dad
effort.
called my house when I lived in Fairfield at the time.
The difference between
over
those
behind
two
7-Eleven
words
on Bristol Lane
is
back
subtle,
in 2005.
but essential
I
to
was not
understand.
asleep. I was
One
kinda
deals with
crying
the
all night, in and out
complexity of an
My grandmother
outcome.
just told me she came and got my grandfather.
The other,
hadn't told my
your will
I
and
hadn't talked to anybody
determination
yet.
to
My ex-wife,
achieve that
She
outcome.
still had her mind, and she was waking up. And she
Becoming
had
who
put
you
the rest of
most
the phone.
want to be
Now,
is
mind you, I
simple.
already told her last night. I haven't
But
talked to her
becoming
yet.
who you
Just
most
laying there
want to
kinda-
be
kinda
is
waking up. I was
not
kind of asleep. I'm
easy.
kind of crying and in and out all night.
Just like walking
I
is
told
simple,
my
yet
ex-wife,
hiking
my
up a
grandmother,
mountain
I
is
told my
not
grandfather
easy. The
passed away.
procedure
I told
didn't
my ex-wife
change
that.
the
She said,
context.
"Oh, how do you
did.
know your grandpa passed away? You thought your grandpa
So
passed
let's
away
talk about
before,
context.
and he's still alive." I
Let's
said,
talk
"No,
about this
this time
cyclical
it really
nature
happened."
of growth, because
She goes,
it's
"What do you
not that
mean?"
most
I
people
go,
can't.
I go, my grandpa passed away.
It's that most people.
And she goes, "Oh, how did you know your grandpa passed away?"
It's not that most
She goes,
people
"Your grandpa
don't
didn't
get
pass
how.
away." She goes, "What makes you think your grandpa passed
It's
away? You
that they
thought he
don't have
passed
a
away
strong
before?" I
enough
said, "No, no.
why.
I just saw my grandpa in my dream."
The
My
path is
grandmother
laid
just came
out
to me in my
before
dream.
you.
Aunt Delpha,
You just have to be
Aunt
willing
Marie,
to
Uncle
walk
WM,
down it.
Uncle Alvis, all
Will
my
you?
grandma's and grandpa's relatives were there in my dream.
Step
And I seen the
one,
outline of my
realize
grandpa's body.
there's
His
more
back
out
was
there.
facing me. I was like I was in my grandma's house on
It's not that
Candleberry.
what you're doing
at
now is
2924 Candleberry Way. It's like
just
I was
that
at my grandma's
yesterday's
house.
act of
right?
courage is now
But it was
today's
me
status
now
quo.
how I looked in 05. But I
What
remember that
was
scene.
the
That
spectacular
scene
is now
was
the mundane.
David
What was once
Masato,
the
where
ceiling
they
you
came
had
over
to
and told
jump to
my
touch is
grandmother
now the floor
and
you
my
walk on.
grandfather
So
were
at the very
alive,
least,
that his mother had passed away. They
it
found
prompts
her
you to
passed
ask,
away in her
well,
sleep.
what's next?
At the house, my friend Brett and
Simple.
Ashley, the sisters and brothers, their
Not
dad
easy.
David had came over to my grandparents' house.
Step
because he had
two, the
found out his mother passed
acquisition
away. You know
of
how
courage.
neighbors get together.
Yesterday's
And everybody loved my
courage
grandparents.
was a fight.
And
It took a lot out of you, and it's ultimately what got
David
you.
Machado, Mr. Machado came over and said, "Hey, Mr.
But it
Perry."
dropped you at the curb,
Hey,
it
how you
waved
doing?
goodbye,
How you
and
doing?
went
Like
on
about
its
8,
merry
9, 10
way,
o'clock
and
at
here
night.
you are.
You know, my grandma's getting ready to go to bed. I'm
can
upstairs.
stay
I hear
here.
the door knock. I go to the
A
top
lot
of
of
the stairs.
people do. You can reminisce of the glory
That's what
days,
David
the
said.
old
"How
path,
you doing,
yesterday's
Mr. Perry?"
triumphs.
And my mom passed away today. And they go, "Oh no, David,
Or-
come in.
You can do that
They came, and I remember my grandma
perpetually
saying to David,
uncomfortable
"If she ever
exercise
goes,
of vulnerability.
That's how she wants to go in her sleep."
Stepping into
If she ever
tomorrow's
goes, that's how she
unknown,
wants to
reminding
go.
yourself that
And
life's
that's how my
greatest
grandmother
rewards
went.
have a hefty price
passed
tag,
away
and that
years later
price
in her
is
sleep.
discomfort.
Just like she wanted.
But I've
My
already
grandfather
played this
passed away
game,
years-
one might think.
She stayed. Oh,
No,
she
what
stayed
you
with my
did was
grandfather
learn the
until he
rules.
passed.
Now
That
it's
was
time to
told.
apply them to a new setting,
But she
and
came to get my
around
grandfather.
goes the merry-go-round. It might
That's what
seem
Janice
like a
Blackford told me.
replication
She stayed with my grandfather
from the
until he passed.
horizontal,
Apparently he
but
did pass.
here's the secret. You can't
That's
see
my
the
grandfather.
vertical. You have yet to look down and see your
But she
ascent,
stayed
see
with
what
him
you're
before she told me on the phone
becoming.
until he passed.
Just by
My
staying
grandfather.
on,
But in my vision, in
holding
my
tight,
dream,
just by
my
believing
grandmother
in
came to
yourself
tell me
enough to
that
begin
same scene.
again.
But this time it wasn't David.
You are
It
fanning
wasn't
those
to talk
tiny
about his
flames
mom
of
passing.
courage
It
in
was my
your
grandmother,
soul
my Uncle WM, my Aunt
that
Marie,
wait to be
my
spread
Uncle
like a
Alvis,
wildfire.
Aunt Delpha, all my
Simple.
relatives, my grandpa's relatives,
But not
grandma's
easy.
relatives that passed away before them. It was
Step 3,
that scene, but it wasn't the
mistakes.
talk, and it wasn't David.
Now,
And
of course,
you can see
it's
my
not the
grandpa clear as
mistakes
day.
themselves you
It was
fear.
me at that time,
It's
older.
what you think
House scene at
those
my grandma's
mistakes
house.
will mean.
and then my grandma appeared to me in the house.
Ridicule,
She
embarrassment,
lived
lack of
with my
direction
grandfather.
or identity, losing what you
All
have.
our
But here's
relatives,
the
my
catch.
relatives who passed away before them were there.
When you
And I
realize
seen
the
him clear as
upside
day.
is greater
But
than the
when I could not see
downside,
it
you
was my
liberate
grandfather.
yourself.
I knew it was him.
When you
because it was
realize
his
there's more to
way he
gain
crossed his leg and he sat
than
in the
to
chair,
lose,
or the way he kind of like had
your
his head
potential
turned
for
to the side, he was
greatness
sitting there like he
is
watched
born.
TV or the news, but his back was to me. I
How
said,
does one
"Grandma."
act on this?
Hey,
Mistakes.
honey.
By
She
making
appeared to me.
mistakes. By
Grandma.
injecting yourself into the turbulence
Grandma?
of progress. Yes.
And she said, hey, honey.
Our biology has not yet learned that the uncomfortable thing
I
is
said,
the right
Grandma,
thing, and
I
that's
miss
why
you too.
you get resistance. That's why it
Grandma,
hurts.
I said, what's Uncle W
And that's why few people will accomplish
What's Aunt
what
Marie
you
doing?
want.
Uncle Elvis? Aunt Delpha?
When it comes to your
Is that
climb,
Grandpa
every
over there?
day is
What's Grandpa
opposite
doing over
day.
there?
When they
Grandma.
run out,
I
you're
miss
running
Grandpa.
in.
I'm worried about
When they
Grandma.
play
She goes,
safe,
oh, honey.
You play for the victory. To become who you might be, you must learn how to get there. Mistakes are your curriculum.
She goes, and don't you
Simple.
worry. Grandpa's okay
But
now.
not easy.
I said, but I miss Grandpa, Grandma. And she
Step
goes,
4,
honey,
trust
I know you."
yourself.
She goes, but Grandpa's
Okay,
okay.
sure,
now."
no problem.
And I
Easy.
said,
Well,
"Grandma."
yeah, it's easy when you're
I
getting
said,
what you
I love you,
want.
Grandma, and I miss you.
But evolution takes
Grandma
time,
loves
and there's
you.
nothing quite like giving
And I
and
miss
giving and giving and
You
not
need to stop being
getting.
so hard on yourself. And you need
There's
to know
nothing quite like
Grandma loves
stepping
you.
up to the plate again and again and again
Grandpa's
and
okay.
bringing no runners home.
That's it. But Grandma, I want to stay here with you.
So how does one find the strength to continue
I know,
walking up
but
to the
you can't.
batter's box?
You have to go back, honey. And just
Well,
know
growth
that
is
Grandma loves you.
exponential, and those swings and misses matter. The
Grandma's always
infield
will be
singles
with you.
matter.
Grandpa's okay. And
Everything
Grandpa will always
matters
be with you.
because it's all chiseling your
We love you,
future
honey.
self out of stone. Nothing is
I woke up
dependent
crying.
on the next at bat
Crying, Liza.
as much as all at bats in the aggregate.
I'm crying. My ex-wife woke up.
That's why
what she
success
had her
is so
mind.
often considered to be sheer will, dependent not on the home
What's
run,
wrong?
but on the discipline, the self-belief to keep walking up to the
My
plate.
grandpa passed away.
Repetition
She said, "Oh, what
and
do you think your
adjustment.
grandpa passed away?
Repetition
What do you
and
think your grandpa
adjustment.
passed away?
Repeat
Why do you
and
think your grandpa
refine,
passed away?"
repeat, refine. Those are the materials from which
You don't
all
understand.
things are made.
My grandpa just
Simple.
passed away. And she goes, "Oh, you
But
thought
not
your grandpa
easy.
passed away before?" I told you.
And then
that.
we have the
If your
finale.
grandpa passed
The
away, I'm pretty sure
ending
one of your sisters
step
would have called you
5.
and told you that your grandpa passed
Celebrate
away. I said,
and
"No,
adjust.
this time it
At
really
some
happened.
point, you'll be
You
able to
don't
look over
understand.
your shoulder
My
and
grandpa
notice
passed
something
away."
that
She
perhaps
goes,
you
"How?
hadn't before.
How do you know, Tiger, that your
Space.
grandpa passed away?"
Space between where you
I said,
are and where
"Because my
you
grandma just
started.
came to me
It's
in my
not
dream and told me."
sudden, but gradual.
She came and got my grandpa.
And undoubtedly, with
She
enough
goes, "Oh,
persistence, it
here we
will
go." She
emerge.
goes, "Go to sleep."
These moments, they are precious. They are
crying,
times
Jesus.
to acknowledge what you've accomplished, the sacrifices you
I said,
have
"Rest in
made.
peace, Grandpa."
They are life's way of reminding you what
And
you
the
are
next
building
day,
and who
7
you are
something,
becoming.
8
It's a
something in the
time
morning,
of
my dad called.
celebration. Every
Got me
little
out of it.
win means something.
Fuck
Every
it, I've been
small
crying all
victory
night, crying
matters.
myself to
So
sleep.
relish
My ex-wife answers the phone.
and
Obviously,
then
I know what she says now, but I wasn't on the
transform
phone.
it.
I know what she says now, but I'm
Normalize
overhearing
it.
the conversation.
Recognize that
She says
mountaintop
this.
is your foundation.
bro-
Becomes an
yeah,
upgrade
yeah.
to what's
Yeah, Tiger's
possible,
still
what's
asleep.
expected. And look at that. We have arrived
goes,
at a new step.
"Oh my God.
Realize there
Shut the
is
fuck
more.
up. Shut the fuck up. Are you
This
serious?"
is the process
And she goes,
for
"Oh
capturing
my God.
that which life has to offer.
Tiger
If
just
you
woke
can
up in the middle
fall
of the
in
night
love
crying,
with that,
saying his grandpa passed away."
appreciate it, respect
And my dad
it,
says, from
while
what she told me now,
simultaneously
"No shit.
understanding it's
What
not
do you-
scary. It's
Who
dependent
is he be talking
entirely
to?"
on
She
your
goes,
ability
"No,
to push
nobody.
forward.
He hasn't talked to anybody yet. He woke
If
up
you
in the
can
middle of the night
understand
crying,
that, there is nothing
saying
you
that
can't do.
his grandma came to
Know
his
where you
dream
can't
and his
go.
grandpa passed away."
Simple, yes.
And my dad,
easy,
from what I know
no.
now, said, "No shit.
But you're not in this for
He ain't
easy.
talked to
You're
nobody."
in
She
it
goes, "No,
for
he
the journey,
just
the
woke up. He's
growth,
still
the
asleep. He's still
adventure.
laying in
You're
the
in
bed.
it
He's
because
asleep."
it's
He
not
woke up in
easy.
the middle of the night saying that he was crying,
You'll
kept
see
crying
in
and
time,
crying
as
and crying.
will the
And I
world.
was. And he kept saying
That this
his
decision to
grandpa passed
endure
away.
was simply
And then my dad apparently told my
the best
ex-wife.
one you ever made.
Well, how do you know? How did he know? What made them think? Why he ain't been talking to nobody? Who told him grandpa passed away? She goes, "He said nobody. He said his grandma came to him in his dream and told him his grandpa passed away." And the next morning, my dad's calling and talking to my ex-wife saying, "My grandpa passed away." And I ain't talking to nobody yet.
The other day I woke up with a plan.
My ex-wife
Three
on the
things
phone
I
with my
had to
dad
do.
and said, "Oh my
So
God,
I wrote
hold
them
on, hold
on
on,
a
oh my God, hold
whiteboard.
on,
They
hold on,
were
hold on, I'm gonna go get him, I'm
essentially
gonna get him,
my
I'm gonna get him, I'm gonna get him, hold on, Pop. And I guess
But it
my
ended
dad
up being
yells
one of those days
to my
where
sister,
things didn't
Dina,
unfold the way I anticipated.
get on the phone.
And for
She
a
goes,
variety of reasons,
Your brother
curveball after
woke up in the middle of the night
curveball,
crying,
some
saying that
sloppy
his grandpa
decision-making
passed away.
sprinkled in
Saying
there.
that grandpa passed away. He said grandma came to him in a dream and told him that
morning became
she came and got
afternoon,
grandpa.
afternoon became
And my sister
evening.
goes, "What?"
I found
She goes,
myself
"Yeah."
exhausted
He goes, his
and
ex-wife
looking up
said
at a whiteboard
he woke up in the middle of the night crying,
that was
saying
showing
that
me I had
his
accomplished
grandma came to
none
him and
of
told
the
him that
things.
grandpa's
Listen,
okay now, that she came
I
and
hate
got
that.
grandpa. And I'm saying he ain't talking,
Having
he's asleep,
clear
he's just
objectives
waking up.
and not
He
me.
was crying all night, saying
Right, so
that
after
grandma
dinner, I got a
grandma
phone
came
call.
and told him that she came and got
And I
grandpa,
found myself
that grandpa
talking
passed
about
away.
how I felt.
And he did.
Getting it all off my
And he
chest.
did, because they're
letting it all
calling to tell
out
me
there.
grandpa passed away, but I haven't talked to him.
And I got that reassurance
So
that
they're all
I
still
wanted
like, how
without
did he
even
know that?
realizing that I
He
wanted.
keeps saying grandma came to him in the
The
dream and
voice
told him that
said
she
back
came and
to
got
me,
grandpa.
Eddie, this just happens.
And
It's
the
not a
next
big
morning
deal
at
in the
8
grand
o'clock in
scheme
the
of
morning,
things.
my
No
dad's
one's
calling.
perfect.
and
you put a
saying
lot of pressure
to my
on
ex-wife,
yourself.
they hadn't talked to me yet.
Tomorrow's a new day, right? That type of thing, and it's like, okay, exhale, time for bed. And the next morning, I was outside relaxing, doing some thinking, and came to this point. And you'll see how these dots connect here in a second.
On my mother's soul.
But essentially,
My mother's not.
I see life
Not at all.
as a staircase, right? Where we
On my
thrust
dad's
ourselves
soul,
out
heaven, on my grandparents'
into
soul,
discomfort, into
on
chaos.
Jesus himself.
And then amidst the storm, we're forced to grow. We step into shoes we were once unable to fill. And what was once bigger than us is now normal. It's every day. It's ordinary.
I gotta talk to you.
Because we
gotta
fought
talk to you. I said,
we pushed ourselves through. That's evolution.
I go, my grandpa passed away.
But now,
She goes, how? Yes.
guess what?
Yes, he did, honey.
That old ceiling
how
has
did you
become the
know?
floor. It's time to
I said,
evolve.
because I told you.
It's time for that
My
next
grandfather-
step
I'm
in the
excuse me, my
staircase.
grandmother
It's time
came
to
to
thrust
visit me.
ourselves back into the chaos
came
of
about my
life
grandfather.
so that we can again
Now we
tame
believe.
something bigger than us.
She goes, how
Take
did
the
you
next
know? Your dad's on the
intimidating
phone.
thing and make
Your
it
grandpa passed
common.
away last night. I go, I know.
And as I sat there outside thinking,
I got on the phone.
I
talked to
found
my dad.
myself
She goes,
to
son,
be
son,
at that next step,
Grandpa passed away.
ready
I
to
know. He
leap
goes,
out
You
again
woke up in the middle of the night
into
crying?
the tumultuous
I go, yeah.
winds
He goes,
of life.
Grandma came and told you that
But
Grandpa
this
passed
time
away. I
it
go,
felt
yes. She
different.
goes, you ain't talking to him, but I go, no. He goes, no shit.
There's
I
an
go, no.
intersection, and I talk about it
How
often.
did you know?
Of doing
we
what
just now
adds
calling you. I'm just
value
now
to
talking
the
to you.
world,
Who told you Grandpa
and
passed away?
doing
No
what
one
makes
did.
you content
Grandma did
personally.
last night in my dream. She
Okay,
came
I
and told
think
me,
where
came
those
and told
two
me that she
things
came and got Grandpa.
meet is peak.
He goes,
bliss.
holy
That's where the
shit.
magic
He went and told Dina, he goes, get on the phone.
And
Your
I'm
brother,
fortunate
Grandma
enough
came to your
that
brother
these thoughts,
and said she came and got
speeches,
Grandpa. No,
episodes,
he ain't
videos,
talked
whatever
to
you
no
want
one
to
yet.
call them,
He's been in bed.
on some
He ain't
days,
talking to no one.
literally
Grandma
reach
came and
over
told him she came and got
200,000
Grandpa.
people, and that's not meant to be a humble brag or anything like that. It's just, to me, so incredible that I can't process it, right? I get emotional thinking about it. My dream is to add value to other people, provide that little lift that might help someone look at their own problems differently, maybe see a path when before they were unable to. That's what it's all about. And then, in addition to that, a parallel track on a personal level, feeling like I'm growing and evolving as well, constantly stepping up those stairs one by one, having the courage to continue fighting those unknowns and making sense of life's complexities. That's why so many of you are on this journey with me. And so as I looked up at that next step, and it felt bigger than it ever had before, I knew the task needed to be bigger than it's ever been, which would require of me one of the biggest changes I've ever made, and that scared me to death, knowing that in order for something to be born, something must die, something must be left behind. I've been stepping forward for years, and thank God for that, but now it was time for a leap. And so back to that whiteboard I mentioned earlier. If you hang in with me long enough, I usually come full circle. Right, back to the list of goals I missed, the bad day. Why am I so fixated on that? Well, it has nothing to do with the day itself. Everyone swings and misses from time to time. It has nothing to do with those 3 goals. Everyone falls short here and there. That's part of life. It's about the person I want to be as I endure those turbulent times. It's about the strength to handle my own chaos and battles differently. Before you can lead others, you need to lead yourself. And that means being vulnerable. It means being honest. It means looking in the mirror and asking yourself the tough questions. It means being stronger than I've ever been. There will be times that require of me that I push forward without having to hear from my parents or girlfriend or buddies that everything's all right. The next step requires that I trust myself to be the guy in my own life. To have impact in the world, one must find strength within themselves where they didn't know it existed. This is a leveling up that I know is required for me to be more than I've ever been, stronger, bolder, more confident when I'm most fearful. There was a line I used to draw, separating me and the people I look up to. And the moment for me was a message. I knew it was time for me to mentally remove that line. You'll never be more than you envision yourself to be. It was time to be my own, promote myself to that next level. From the kid with the dream to the man that makes it happen, it's time. It's just simply time. Even the ones I love, the ones closest to me, they can't provide that. Has to be internally derived from a place so deep that come hell or high water, it's happened. And telling people about my little misfortune so that they can pat me on the head and even tell me things are great, that's antithetical to what is required of me. There is a level of courage and strength and excellence in all of us that lives at the bottom of this abyss that we must pull up with everything we have until it becomes intertwined with who we are and where we're headed. And as I sat there, I knew it to be true. I couldn't fall before the change was about to happen, and it would stem directly from how I see myself. It would be the product of who I knew myself to be. And so now, most importantly, I present this question to you. Are you at that next step? Are you looking at a chasm that must be crossed? Were all your little decisions, all the courage and discipline and strength that you utilized to get here, that has positioned you for this moment, is it telling you something is next? Is it time to dig deeper and be more than you have ever in your life been? In my example, by the way, was not about holding in our problems or dismissing those around us. Asking for help when we need help is courage. The small circle we surround ourselves with is a direct reflection of who we are. No, for me, it was about
Break. If you got break, don't bring the limit, okay? Get out, man. It's not very loud, dentro. Or can be a can be command, okay? Keep take hands out. Good luck. Come on. Hey, come on. I ran. Come on. Come on. Shake hands. Come on. Let's shake hands. Let's go. All right, let's go.
And so the stage is set. It's not a seat to be had in this convention hall. And everybody pumped up to see that man, Roberto Duran, try and win his 4th title, and to see if Iran, the Blade Barkley, can defend his WBC crown the first time. And Gil, we expect Barkley to be very aggressive early, and it looks like he is.
And Roberto Duran is going to have to make Barkley miss and counter and move to the side the way he just did then. In and out. Throw his combinations and get out of there.
WrestleMania 40, Philadelphia, New York itinerary.
Iran Barkley at 28 has never been thought of as a great ring technician, but he probably has better skills than people are willing to give him credit for. He certainly has power, and that's what he hopes will be useful to him tonight against Duran, a man who, after all, still is coming up from 135 pounds when he started.
Two good left hooks by Barkley. And you have to remember, Al, that the Roberto Duran hands of stone has never shown that much power as a middleweight up to this point. Great defensive fighter though. There's those combinations right there.
Well, the feeling is that this will be a war however long it lasts, and it's giving some indications already of being that. I don't think Iran Barkley's ever been in a fight that wasn't entertaining. The jab, and there's that left hook to the body. He has got a good left hook downstairs.
There's that counter by Roberto Duran. Make the other guy miss and counter. And you know, Al, they say there's so much bad blood between these two guys. I'd still wager that no matter how the fight ends, that they're going to shake hands and probably hug each other when the fight's over. Well, gain respect during the fight.
I'm not so sure I agree with you on that. Maybe that will happen, but we'll see.
Well, let's wait and see.
All right. Iran Barkley, of course, was chronicled how he feels his friend Davey Moore took the beating at the hands of Duran. In that fight, Duran thumbed Moore. There were a lot of illegal tactics.
Nice move by Barkley that time.
Iran showing us a couple of things in this first round that people don't always give him credit for. An excellent jab, and as you say, some good movement as well. And he's going to the body. You said earlier today we were talking, you thought Iran Barkley should test the body of Duran. He's starting to do that.
Well, as I said, if I was training with Iran Barkley, he'd be throwing punches at nothing but that body. The head would take care of itself. Because Roberto's too slick, just too slick to hit on the head.
Duran lands the right, is knocked off balance. Whether he was hurt, we don't know. It's a 20-foot ring, but they're not using much of it. Barkley, the 28-year-old from the Bronx, who beat Thomas. Oh, big right hand, staggers Barkley.
He is hurt. He is hurt. No question about that. We mentioned the fact that Duran has not shown punching powers in middleweight. There it was.
A big right hand by Roberto Duran brings most of this crowd to its feet. Al Goldman will try it off with some words of encouragement to Iran Barkley.
Keep that up, hand up. Keep talking, keep backing. You don't try to run in now. You better get that stuff loaded up now. Take your time. You're going too fast. Get the jab. The jab work is what you want to do. Okay? Get the jab work. Stay with it, slow it down a little bit. Because he ain't going to.
Here it is, the right hand.
Slips the punch. Right hand right over that left hand of Barkley. What a beautiful move. That's what we said he has to do. He has to make Barkley miss and then counter punch.
How many reincarnations can this man have as a pro, and are we seeing another one tonight? It's too early to tell, especially against Iran Barkley. We've seen him get off the deck to beat people.
Barkley has a way of coming back. I mean, he's just a warrior. No question about that. But he can't get nailed with too many of those punches, Al.
Roberto Duran, he's 37 years old. Barkley trying to hang on to his WBC middleweight title. He felt the power of Duran in the first round, and in round two.
We've talked about the emotion of Barkley, how he wanted to get even for his friend Davey Moore, but he is fighting a controlled fight now. He's not going wild, moving in behind the jab.
It's a very good point, Bill, and a little different of the first round than we thought we'd see from Barkley. He left one of those jabs out there, and that's why Duran nailed him with the overhand right.
But Duran has to make Barkley miss and then take advantage of every opportunity.
Since Duran lost to Sugar Ray Leonard in 1980, his total record is 12-7, so he has not been real effective in a lot of big title matches in recent years. But he's off to a good start in this one. Good right hand by Barkley, but it does not move Duran back. This one will be warfare.
Good body punches by Barkley, and there's another one. Little short left hook by Roberto.
You can see the fire of Iran Barkley coming out now, but Duran not backing up. Terrific body shots by Barkley. My, is he going downstairs well. Halfway through round two, and this fight is all that it was billed as. Duran going downstairs.
Barkley's landing those body shots every time he gets a chance. He drops one down in that body.
So far, that's probably the major story other than the right hand by Duran, because in a couple of rounds, those body shots would take a big toll on the 37-year-old body of Duran, no matter what his weight.
Duran is looking to throw that right hand over that left hand of Barkley's again.
And you know what? Iran Barkley doing a better job of covering up on the inside than some people are used to seeing from him. He's using his strength to push Duran back. Excellent uppercut by Barkley. Overhand right, but the left hook gets there by Duran. And a right hand by Roberto.
Put a lot of body punishment this round, though. Now.
It's been a good round for Barkley to this point, though Duran is landing his share also right now. Barkley slips the right hand.
Durant's mouth is now wide open. It's only the second round now.
It is scheduled for 12, but at this pace, could it go that long? Joe Cortez looking very carefully in to make sure. Well, that'll do it for round 2. A good one for Barkley with all of the hands of Stone back. He does look a bit tired. As you look at this man, he came here, obviously, to turn this into a war, feeling that was his best shot.
He has to stay to the side to side, and move inside Barkley's punches, counter, and then get back out. You can't trade power for power with Iran Barkley. Those body punches are going to take too much out of him.
These Roberto Duran fans, they're never say die people. They remember very well in Madison Square Garden when they filled it. What this man did the day before, his last really grand moment of glory. He's trying to rekindle it against one of Davey's best friends. Of course, Davey Moore, no longer with us, died in a car accident. And this man, Iran Barkley, is dedicated to fight to his friend's memory. Right now, it's only him, though, against Duran as we head into the third. Barkley's body attack has been superb. He's also shown us an excellent jab.
And he doubles up that jab.
Well, it's in vogue to denigrate the boxing skills of Iran Barkley. We talk mostly about his power and his courage, but he's showing us more of the boxing skills tonight.
And you can also watch Barkley do a stutter step with his feet. He's faking with his feet. There's that right hand again. But Barkley answered with a good short left.
Barkley's been on the mat before. Michael Lajide had him there. He lost to Robbie Sims by knockout in a wild affair. And Hearn certainly punished him, but he comes back when he's hurt. You see it here.
And you know, you mentioned Robbie Sims. I did the fight with Duran and Robbie Sims, and a split decision. It was just such a tough fight for Duran to lose.
Interesting that is their common opponent, and they both lost to Robbie Sims, even though Robbie has never found his way to a world title.
You know, I just detected something, and they shouted to Barkley was going to watch the right hand, because I could see Roberto trying to set him up, lower him to sleep, and then drop that right hand over his jab.
We're halfway through round 3, a round in which the pace has slowed just a bit, but not much. And it needed to, for both fighters' sakes.
Big jab by Roberto Duran.
Probably his best jab of the fight so far.
What a man this Roberto Duran is.
He's in against a guy who physically is much stronger than him.
You know, even against the big middleweight, Barkley just looks so big. He looks like a light heavyweight.
He really does. And that power has helped him in most middleweight fights. Master boxer Sambu Kalambay thwarted his efforts to win a title before.
Body shots again by Barkley.
But right now, the body work, as you said, of Barkley, a real important weapon. That right did not even stop Duran. It landed perfectly. The real power of Barkley is probably in his left hook, although Tommy Hearns was nailed with a big right. Round 3 just about over. It's been an excellent round for Iran Barkley. Counter right over a lazy jab by Barkley, but he smiles at Roberto Duran. Some gamesmanship. Barkley had some excellent moments on the inside. And there's that right over the lazy jab of Barkley.
Hey, Duran is so smart. He just looks to lull him to sleep, and then boom, he explodes. That's what he has to do. Fight in flurries, score points when he can.
We're heading into round 4. The eyes of Roberto Duran. There's a sinister look there, even now. And Duran comes out wailing away to the body in the 4th round. Good hook by Barkley. You talked about what a controlled fight Barkley is fighting, much more so than I think anyone anticipated from him.
Yes, he seems to really, you know, I've always said that once a guy becomes champion of the world, it automatically makes him like a 25% fighter. And I guess maybe they feel good, whatever it is, and he has good coaching, but he is a much improved fighter in this fight.
He looks better, period. And we've talked at length about...
low, very low.
Duran complains to Joe Cortez.
And rightly so.
Who says lift him up, and it was rightly so. But I'm sure Iran Barkley's thinking to himself, he's complaining? Duran, the master of some extracurricular activities. But I'll tell you, Iran Barkley is committed to that body work, and it is really paying dividends for him so far in this bout.
Duran is going to have to use that right hand a little more.
Barkley pushing him off. Oh my. Combinations on the inside by both men. The right hand
again, and Barkley wobbled a little bit then.
That right hand hurt Iran Barkley, but when you hurt him, he seems to be more dangerous. It's been his track record. What a war. Uppercut on the inside by Barkley.
Those are those short little combinations that Duran has to throw, but then he has to spin out and get out of there. He can't wait for the receipt.
Iran Barkley has followed his game plan perfectly, and yet Duran very competitive because he's so clever, throwing those counter right hands. We talked about the cuts, nothing like that developing over the eyes of Iran Barkley. He's got to be very heartened by that at this point.
I wouldn't like to see either fighter get cut out.
No, it's very good because there was the concern over Barkley cutting.
Now this could be the round. It could be a big turning point in the fight because they're just staying there. Mano a mano, I guess.
Oh, what a right by Duran. They are both landing big shots. Who will go? Duran is now stunned. Here's the low blow that Iran Barkley landed. You'll see the reaction of Duran. Yeah, I guess that was low.
It certainly was low.
He came right with the left hook, and this was later in the round when Duran had his moments.
You know, they talk about Duran having hands of stone. He's got a chin of stone. He got to hit some good shots right on the button.
Boy, it must seem like deja vu to Iran Barkley. Here he is in a terrific war. He's from New York. We're in New Jersey. And what is this crowd yelling? Duran, Duran. Just like when Davey Moore fought in his hometown against Duran. We're into round 5, and if there is any discouragement on the part of Barkley because of that, I doubt that it'll show. He is a very courageous and tough performer. It's been 4 rounds of non-stop action. Remember, Duran landed a big right in the second that seemed to hurt Barkley. Barkley did great body work in the first and the third and in the fourth, but Duran came back with some good shots toward the end of that 4th round.
Well, that was a tough round to score, huh?
Was it ever?
It really had to be alleged because Duran landed some beautiful short combinations. But meanwhile, Barkley worked the entire 3 minutes.
Early in the round, Barkley very effective, and then perhaps in the last minute, Duran with the edge. Scheduled for 12 for the WBC Middleweight Championship that now rests with Iran Barkley. Duran seeking his 4th world title.
Big right hand by Barkley, and it did not phase Roberto Duran.
And it was followed by an excellent uppercut. Iran Barkley is landing major league punches, and Duran's going nowhere. And now Duran countering well.
Two solid right hands by Duran. You know, this fight may wind up being who's the better catcher, not who's the better pitcher.
They're both pitching and they're both catching. Great body shot by Barkley. Strong jab by Iran Barkley. Everything's landing now, just about. That's the difference between Duran now and maybe 8 years ago. He never would have been hit with this many punches, but he's taking them. You see the sneer from Duran.
I just don't believe this man.
It's astonishing he's taking these punches from Barkley because, let me tell you folks, Iran Barkley is a good middleweight puncher. No, he's an excellent middleweight puncher. Big right on the inside by Barkley.
Good combination. Left hook, right hand. Roberto, as you say, is doing a lot of catching, but he hasn't been wobbled.
Ironically, Barkley is probably following their game plan to a T, and yet Duran is still there. I'm sure they thought if he did all this, Duran would fold. We're in round 5, and it's been fought at a torrid pace right from the first round. Duran going to the body. As we conclude round 5 again, the crowd picks up the chant of Duran's name. Big right by Duran.
Now, I noticed at the end of the round that Duran looked in a little better shape than Iran Barkley. Barkley was starting to show a little signs of being tired.
I think you're right, Gil. And Al Bolden pumping up Iran Barkley, saying the longer the fight goes, the better it is for us. But that may not necessarily be the case, though you would have thought that coming in. We're in the 6th. Iran Barkley on the right of your screen and Roberto Duran on the left. And if you didn't know that, you've been in a time capsule for the last 20 years. It's likely that Barkley is ahead on the scoring. I would think he is, and yet Roberto Duran's had some very fine moments in this bout.
And you see what Barkley's been doing is working the entire 3 minutes. And Roberto is throwing beautiful, showy combinations, but not enough of them, in my opinion.
The judges, we might remind you, Tommy Kazmarek from the U.S., Giuseppe Ferrari from Italy, and Dave Brown from Canada.
But Barkley works and works.
He's been the more active of the two. Is not to suggest that Duran hasn't been active. This may be the most punches Duran has thrown in a fight in years.
You know, Al, I just can't believe that this is the same guy that won the lightweight championship of the world for my fighter, Kenneth Buchanan, in 1972.
Long time.
Good left hook by Roberto Duran. And now he's fighting for the middleweight championship.
In 1989. And along the way, boy, there have been some ups and downs for him. And of course, he fluctuates in weight so badly. Back in October, Roberto Duran may have weighed as much as 190 pounds. And look at him now, he's 156, obviously in great fighting shape. And battling on fairly even terms with Barkley.
You know what? I talked to him right after this fight with Marvin Hagler, and it was a very, very close fight after 12 rounds. And he told me, he says, I just got tired in those last couple of rounds. And the same thing happened to him with Bobby Sims. But now he seems to be in better condition. He's a little lighter. I just don't know if he can keep this pace up for an entire 12-round fight.
And of course, the question of all that body punching that Barkley has done, what effect will it have as we head into the later rounds? This round, probably the slowest of the fight, even though there's still been a lot of offense shown.
This round has been all Barkley up to this point, though, Al.
Yeah, he's throwing more combinations, working the body, still using that jab effectively. And so if we thought he was tired after the last round, he's shown us a second wind here. And now Duran pushing his punches a little bit. Barkley digging to the body as he has been throughout this bout. That'll do it for round 6.
To get himself back in this fight.
Iran Barkley comes out for round 7. You see the substance over his left eye. There looked like maybe there was a minor cut there, but it hasn't developed into anything. And Ed Aliano, who of course is known as one of the best cutmen in the business, Percy Richardson, one of the other great cutmen, also here tonight, working with some of the Olympians. He did a good job of closing it. Round 7 action. Set for 12, the WBC middleweight championship. The champion Iran Barkley
Good left hook by Roberto Duran.
Duran landing on the inside, so is Barkley. they took a little time off in the 6th, although Barkley certainly did. Duran came out hard here in the 7th. Could this be his last stand in this bout?
He's so smart though inside. Barkley just fires, but Duran knows that he moves around.
What a hook by Barkley.
And a good right hand by Duran.
The fact that Barkley is cranking up those hooks and landing like that, and Duran is not being staggered, really is amazing.
As I say, this may wind up being the guy who can catch better.
The crowd starts to chant again. Even if it's not a home crowd for Duran when it starts, like Ali and some of the other greats like Sugar Ray Leonard, it always ends up being a home crowd for him. Barkley using the uppercut, that's been a real good weapon for him.
Duran slipped 6 consecutive punches that time. What beautiful boxing.
He's a master of defense. That's always been one of his trademarks. Excellent right hand. That one stunned Barkley, I think.
Barkley answered with a vicious left hook to the body, and Duran came back. He's nailing Barkley with some big punches now, Al.
What an uppercut by Barkley after Duran hit him with big shots. Nothing is phasing Roberto Duran. What a double left hook by Barkley. Duran holding on.
He's hurt, Al. First time in the fight, he's really hurt.
Can he weather this storm? Duran is hurt. He was hurt with 2 left hooks. Round 7 has been a classic.
Just about every round in this fight has been.
That's true. Crowd trying to pump up Duran. How much is left in that 37-year-old body? That's what Iran Barkley's wondering.
He's blowing now, Barkley.
Why not? Oh, right hand again by Duran over a very lazy jab by Barkley. Nothing comes easy to Iran Barkley, and it's not coming easy tonight. Right misses by Barkley. 3 straight left hooks by Barkley, 2 to the body and 1 to the head. Duran still responds. They stare at each other after the 7th round.
Let's go. You got to work that big fella. Okay, now you heard me? You got to keep working. Give me the punch. Put your hand high on your head. Get the punch upside your head. Get down and go back to the bottom, right up to the chin.
We've talked about the left hook of Barkley. What a good example here.
Let's take a look now. Ooh, 2 left hooks right on the button. But Duran did not move.
And he finished with the right. Now Roberto Duran has his moment in that last round. The counter right over that low left hand has been so effective.
That's what Duran has to do. He has to nail him with those big punches.
All right, seconds out.
Barkley has to say to himself, what's keeping this guy up? I mean, he's hit him with some vicious punches.
Iran Barkley, 16 KOs among his 25 wins, and he's knocked out some good people, including Michael Lajide and Tommy Hearns.
And his manager just told him, he says, Barkley, you're in a fight. I don't think he has to be reminded of that.
I'm fairly certain Iran Barkley knew that.
You know, one of the things I liked about Barkley at the end of the last round, as big a war as the round was, at the very end of the round, Barkley still had his composure, still using that left jab.
It's been a more disciplined effort by Barkley. And it's a good thing for him it has, because otherwise he would have been getting hit with a lot more. Good short left hook by Barkley. Oh, that hurt him. Duran in trouble from the left hook.
Everything but his heart is in trouble, Al. Look at this Duran fire back.
Can Barkley take him out? Duran doing a wonderful job of tying him up on the inside and slipping punches and landing his own uppercut.
He's so smart, Al. He knows inside, he's protecting himself, relaxing, trying to clear his head.
If there is a smarter fighter around than Roberto Duran, it would be unlikely. The Barkley left hook has been such a good weapon the last 2 rounds, and that one really stunned Duran. Roberto is surviving so far.
You know, I just never counted Roberto Duran out, but it looks to me like he's pushing his punches now, Al.
He's lost something, that's for sure. Again, the hook by Barkley.
But the nice move before the hook. Stepped over to the right, came back with the hook. Barkley's shown me a lot of improvement as a fighter tonight. Win or lose.
Perhaps Iran Barkley's best effort, you could make the case.
I would absolutely have to say so.
Against an obviously rejuvenated Duran.
And Barkley made Duran miss that time and then nailed Duran with the left hook.
Good body work by Barkley. He is remembering his game plan. Keeping his poise and still doing the things that have made him effective in this bout.
Get a little step over to the right now. There it is again by Barkley. Getting an angle on Roberto.
Big right by Barkley, but Duran lands his own right. Round 8 action. And action is the operative word.
Duran just was not stopped. Those short little punches are very, very effective inside.
Under a half minute left to go in the 8th round, a round in which Duran was hurt early and has survived.
Duran is starting to push his punches a little bit now. But they are landing.
Again, the body work by Barkley. An uppercut. He's shown us almost every punch in his arsenal tonight. And still, Duran will not fall. It doesn't get better than this.
Work it, keep working. Keep shooting that punch and shot them up. See, when you duck under them, let them hit hard. You try to hit the hook to the head, duck right under, bring the shot hook. Uppercut right up on the knee. You're doing great. You're doing great.
Now Golden wants short punches. Here's what he got in the last round.
There you go. He made Duran miss. Came back with that left hook.
And that wasn't a wide left hook. That was a very short punch.
Good snappy move. There he made a miss. And back with that left hook.
How many fighters would have stayed up under that? That's exactly the left hook that knocked Michael Lajide down and helped him get a TKO win over Lajide. There's Roberto Duran. We're headed to the 9th. Many thought it would not go this far.
Come on. Let's go.
Barkley suffered a little bit of a cut over the left eye. He's got some swelling under the left eye, but it hasn't been a major factor.
A couple more punches and that eye's going to close though, Al. And if he blows his nose, for sure it'll close.
Remember, Iran Barkley, who has a propensity to cut, suffered cuts over both eyes in winning the title against Tommy Hearns, and I saw him against Jorge Amparo. He was a bloody mess in that one.
Barkley's starting to dance now a little bit. I think he's trying to coast through around. There's that little dance step. And he's painting with his feet.
He has a right to. He's probably far ahead, wouldn't you agree?
Well, yes, I would have to say this is a tough fight, and it's a fight that you have to watch because anything can happen. But point-wise, I have Barkley ahead.
Will the reputation of Roberto Duran mean anything to the judges, though? A question to be asked.
That's what gave me gray hair when I was managing a training fighter. It's not supposed to mean anything.
But then remember the judge who had Sugar Leonard 7 points ahead against Hacker at the end of that fight.
Wasn't that the judge that Hager's people selected?
Yes, amazingly so. Good right by Duran.
There's not as much snap on Duran's punch now.
You're right, he's pushing it. Halfway through the 9th round, scheduled for 10. Right hand by Barkley, but Duran comes with his own left hook.
Come on, work out of there. Come on, work out of there.
I just get the sense somehow that Duran can take a better punch right at this moment in the fight than Iran Barkley. If Duran landed a big clean punch, I think it would have a big effect on Iran because he's tight. Good work.
Good straight right hand. Barkley backs up and takes a right hand. He may be in a little bit of trouble.
Well, you can see he's really, he's composed, but he's tired, no question. I mean, he should be.
And he goes to the body again. I am amazed that in this 9th round, Duran has taken the body punishment he's taken, and he's still there.
You know, you see these kids fight the amateurs, they fight 3 rounds, and they train hard, and they get tired. The reason that Duran is able to do what he's doing, he's so relaxed in the ring. He's so comfortable in there.
Half a minute left to go in this 9th round. A strange footnote to this fight is this is only the second time in his long pro career that Roberto Duran has fought in Atlantic City. Alien territory to him, but he's still got his fans, as you've heard throughout this bout.
And they came through the snowstorm to be here.
I bet you they did, to fill this arena. Round 9 is ending, perhaps Duran's best round in the last 5 or 6. What would a Duran fight be without that flag in the crowd? The corner of Roberto Duran, seeking his 4th world title. Certainly know he won the lightweight title, the welterweight, and the junior middleweight. He has failed as a middleweight to win the crown. He's behind in the fight, Gil. I think we feel that in any case. Is there enough time for him to turn around the decision?
Don't make no mistakes. Just don't go wild.
I think he's going to have to nail him and really win the round. Believe me, if Duran finished and won these last 3 rounds comfortably, there'd be a lot of excitement in this hall if he didn't get it.
The left eye of Iran Barkley, a good look at it. As Gil pointed out, it could be ready to close. Little reminiscent of the right eye of Davey Moore when Duran fought him in '83. But the difference here is that Barkley has done much better work in this bout. Is probably ahead, but it could be academic the way they're wailing away.
It almost looks as if Roberto Duran has got a 2nd or 3rd win. Where he got it from, I don't know.
I haven't a clue. With the punishment he's taken from Iran Barkley, both to the body and the head.
Watch for that right hand of Duran's.
When Barkley is lazy with the jab or misses with the hook, that's when the right hand comes across.
Now we got that desk chair. That's hella fun. That chair makes it hella comfortable. I feel like I'm at the movies.
We're in the 10th. It is scheduled for 12.
Duran has a lady with the left jab, believe it or not, against the taller guy.
And that was a punch that was dormant early in the fight. Now Duran getting it cranked up.
There's that right hand. And another one on a left hook.
And when he does that, Barkley reverts to his old form and wails away, which makes him even more susceptible to get hit with the counter punch. It's been a good 10th round for Duran. He cannot be underestimated, even at 37. I guess he's proven that.
He's proven to me again that he's one of the greatest fighters that ever lived.
Again, the overhand right in a round in which, like the 9th, Duran has done some excellent work. Good right by Barkley, and there's the jab re-emerging of Iran Barkley. Remember how effective that was over the first 7 or 8 rounds. Every time there's a lull, that chant goes up.
Barkley's legs are starting to spread now.
Duran waited for 3 missed jabs by Barkley, and then landed an overhand right. Good right hand on the inside by Duran. It's been a remarkably clean fight from Duran. No headbutting, no elbows.
Big right hand by Duran again.
There have been those. And round 10, a huge round for Duran. Again, the body work of Barkley. The low blow by Duran. Round 10, a big one for the hands of Stone.
Come on now, let's go to work. Suck it up. Let's go. You hear me? Let's go. You got to bring these next 2 rounds big. You got to get inside and stay inside with this guy.
A tired Iran Barkley getting some encouragement from Al Bolden. They want him on the inside.
You know, the thing that amazes me is I thought Duran in about the 7th to 8th round was really starting to show signs of weariness. He came back and fought that last round like it was the first round.
And as we look at Roberto Duran at 37, he has the fans pumped up and he's got himself pumped up. The question, I guess, now is if he doesn't score a knockout, which is not out of the question, can Duran win a decision? 6 more minutes of fighting for this man. Will it be his last 6?
If he fights the 11th and 12th round the way he fought the 10th round, I think it's going to be tough for the judges to vote for Irene Barkley. You know, they like to see a guy finish strong.
Of course, the question is how many of those early rounds did Barkley take? You have him taking quite a few, but you've got at least 3 or 4 more close.
3 of them close, which means they could be slide right over into Duran's corner.
I haven't scored it round by round. I would think Barkley's got to be ahead by at least a couple of points, but again, we've got 2 rounds left. Scoring on a 10-point system. No one has been knocked down in the fight, so presumably these are all 10-9 rounds. But remember, Duran was hurt very badly in the 2nd round, and again in the 8th. Badly hurt in the 8th by a left hook.
Duran threw that right hand with bad intentions. He had as much snap on that as he's had on any right hand in the earlier rounds.
Ironically, after he was hurt in the 8th, Duran started his comeback in the 9th round, and in the last 3 has been excellent.
Now Barkley's back to that body again and back up to the head. You can't try to outthink Duran. He has to outbomb him. That's what he has to do.
We're in the 11th. It's a 12-rounder, and it may go. Good hook downstairs by Barkley, and the jab, but nothing is phasing Duran right now.
Except that Barkley is scoring.
Hasn't been a bad round for Iran. We're halfway through. Who will win the 2nd part of this round?
There's Duran setting to throw that right hand. I can see it from here.
He's looking for the lazy jab of Barkley. They trade hooks. The left eye of Barkley.
The left eye is almost closed, and he's showing signs of weariness. No question about that. There's a right hand and a left hook by Duran, and another big right hand by Duran.
Barkley may not be seeing the right hand, and yes, Duran is nailing him with it. They want Barkley on the inside, where he isn't going to be hit with that overhand right. Big right by Barkley. But again, the right by Barkley's in trouble. He's down. First knockdown of the fight.
No way, dude. No way.
He's very wobbly.
Damn, no way. I can't believe this shit, dude. Roberto Duran. No way, dude. Roberto Duran knocked down a middleweight fucking Iran Barkley, and he's 37 years old, and he just dropped a middleweight Iran Barkley who's 25, 27, and Roberto Duran's considered old right here. That's not even his normal division. He's welterweight. He went up to middleweight. Damn, the man with hands of stone. Roberto Duran, that's crazy.
Barkley looking for his corner. He's smiling, but he's hurt.
Damn, no way.
That was a big round. You say 2-point round? That may have been a 3-point.
Very possible. We'll see a knockdown.
You have to remember the 10th could have been a 2-point round.
Bow,
There's that first right hand. There's the left hook, another right hand. And there's the big one, and down he goes. Right on the button.
Combinations from this 37-year-old in the 11th round.
Yeah.
I don't see how Barkley can recover from these shots and come back in this next round. We're talking about a surgeon operating on
I
somebody.
can't believe Roberto Duran just dropped Iran Barkley, dude. An old Roberto Duran dropped the middleweight Iran Barkley, dude. That's crazy. Iran Barkley punched.
The 12th and final round. The WBC middleweight crown is at stake, and believe me, it is at stake right now. Barkley, has he shaken the cobwebs?
Well, now it's up to Roberto Duran to have a good finishing round. And as we had mentioned, after the 9th round, if Duran won the last 3 rounds big, that he could get this fight.
And Again, the right hand bounces off Barkley's head. Remember, they told Barkley the longer the fight goes, the better it is for us. It hasn't worked out that way.
Well, we noticed now, remember I mentioned, I said it looks like Roberto Duran got his third win. Where he got it from, and they just felt he was stronger than Barkley going into those last few rounds.
He said he was in good shape. He looked excellent in sparring sessions. He came in at a good weight, and yes, Roberto Duran's for real in this bout.
He's still going to have to land another big bomb, Al. You can't think that he has the fight won by any stretch of the imagination.
And interestingly, it's Barkley who's pressing the attack and landing in this round. There's not been a bad beginning in the 12th round for Barkley. This has been a fight of twists and turns.
Well, we have to watch the end of this round. I'm sure Roberto Duran has a good plan for the end of this round.
That's the part he wants to win. He's landing right hands again.
He hurt Barkley again.
Now remember, even if he wins this round, there's no guarantee Duran will win a decision, but he'll be right there.
All right, come on, work on it.
Early, Barkley was very effective. Duran started to come back in the middle rounds, especially by the ninth.
Combination by Duran, all three punches landed.
What about the heart of Barkley, though, Gil? He was so hurt.
We
Here he is in the 12th.
Both these guys have tremendous heart. There's no question about that. When Roberto Duran, those middle rounds looked like he was all out of it, we said the only thing he had left is heart. And boy, somehow he got that one second, third win, whatever.
You know, with a minute left, Barkley's still landing good short punches. He landed a great short right hand that drove Duran back. This has not been a bad round for Barkley.
Let's just watch these last 45 seconds now.
It'll tell us a lot.
There's that big. Look at Barkley's legs. Doesn't have a leg under him.
Sid's been thinking about getting dentures for a while. Well, picture this. Aspen Dental is offering $500 off premium.
The jab by Barkley. Can Duran afford to dance around, though? It's been a round that's very close. The fight may be in the balance with only a little more than 20 seconds left. Barkley with the jab, and that's his best punch right now because he's pushing the hook in the right hand. It'll end, and it will be a classic war. Big right hand by Duran. This has been extraordinary. His left eye is battered, but Iran Barkley thinks he's the winner. So does this man, Roberto Duran.
I wouldn't want to be a judge of this fight, Al.
I wouldn't either. I would give the nod personally to Barkley. I thought he probably won more rounds, even with a 2 or 3 point round by Duran, but it would be a very, very close call. Michael Buffer's in the center of the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a split decision. Dave Brown scores the bout 116 to 113 for Barkley.
Iran Barkley 116-113.
Giuseppe Ferrari scores it 118-112 for Duran.
What a big display.
Wow.
Tommy Kazmarek scores it 116 to 112 for the winner and new.
That tells you who's champion. A wild discrepancy on the scorecard. 118-112 for Duran is shocking, as is 116-112 for Duran.
Well, apparently they were captured by Duran's ring generalship, the fact that he threw those flashy little combinations, and they forgot about Barkley's work ethic.
Well, it is a split decision win for Roberto Duran. He's won his 4th world title. Let's go up to Tony Hernandez. He has both fighters.
Roberto